Hey guys, so today is a gloomy, cold Sunday and I needed to clean my trailer up, so I figured today would be a perfect day to give you a tour of my tool trailer and go over some of the things that I've changed in the last year and a half since I last really made a video about it. So in the past I did make a few videos. I started building this, putting things together. I did a video on this guy, which I did have a problem with and they warranted, they replaced it, which I still love this thing. Of course I had my WaySafe hitch, which I still use. I got, I don't know, 25 or 30,000 miles on that. This Stromberg Carlson trailer tray, which still is working as it should. Of course, you get a little rust now because it's getting older. I got my generator, which has been working well. I'll show you the roof in a minute. I did do, whatever you call this. This is actually for, I think, camping chairs, but it works well for my ladder. Not much else has changed. I did have a water heater here because originally this trailer was set up to be a little camper, but I put a, you know, what do you call that? A little cargo access door. And that's great because I can get to my wheel chocks and various things like that pretty easily. Oh, I also added the spare tire holder because that was inside and it was taking up space. And of course, the first day or two I had it, I jackknifed my trailer a little too much and kind of pushed it in, but it bent the bracket, you can see. You can see it kind of stoved in a little bit, but really no damage to the trailer tray itself, so I was happy with that. That is our new camper, which I will do a tour of another time, but right now it's baby's crying. It's just, today's not the day. Today is the tool trailer day. One of the major changes that I did finally get done was installing the air conditioner, which is also a heat pump. So in Texas, during the summer, I would say it's consistently over 100, but sometimes it's up to 115 degrees, 117. Not very common, but when it is, man, I need to have air conditioning because if I have to work, what ends up happening is I overheat within 15, 20 minutes, and then I need a place to cool down. So I'll get the generator going, and I'll cool this down to like 68 degrees or whatever. My trick is I have a blower fan, which I put, this guy. So I set that up here and it blows towards me this way. And then I'll come in here and I'll stand here and I'll just kind of rotisserie and cool myself down. Do that for 5 or 10 minutes, drink a bunch of water, and then I can go back to work. But then of course in the winter, the heat pump is great. It's, I don't know, 48 degrees today and it's probably 72 in here right now. 69 degrees. So anyways, the tool trailer itself. So in previous videos, I talked about these Anchor batteries. These are the Solix F2000s, which I really love. I use them all the time. They're actually my primary power source. I do have 200 amp hours of lithium in here now, but that's basically just to keep the lights on. This is what I run everything off of until I need to run the generator for, you know, a bigger load. This is that Yoshino that I did a video on, and of course, come to find out, it was kind of a scam. These are not solid state batteries. They're just LiPo batteries, so they're actually dangerous. However, this thing has a ton of power in it. So when I have to do winterizations on RVs, I have an air compressor, which I don't have in the trailer, it's in storage. I use this to run it because this has a 4,000 watt inverter and the startup on the air compressor is pretty high. These will run it sometimes, but sometimes they trip out. Tools, and then at this point, this is where this is like sealant, rags, all of my spray cans. I got my torque wrenches. I got spare water pumps in here. What do I have in here? Oh, this is just like miscellaneous cables and stuff I don't know what to do with, air conditioner filters. And most of the work that I've been doing is just on organization. So what I like about the Packout, these Milwaukee Packout things, is they just clip off and on. So what I've done for the last, year and a half is as I figure out what I want, where I want it, I rearrange things. So like I use my screws a lot. I have a big giant box of all my screws. That's right here. It's in a very easy to reach area. So that means I can take it down, like I'll pull it off. It's heavy to do one-handed because I'm holding my phone with the other. And then I'll set it here on a workbench. All the stuff like this, I have a million fasteners and like layers. So now I have all of my pan head screws in here, which I use a lot. So that's gonna go up there. And then these are all the other specialty screws, like these are wood screws. Now I have all my wood screws in here, that's on top, and I actually have room for expansion now. And these are other types of screws. I have kind of everything together now. And then I have enough space here that I can do stuff. These also lift up. So I have some more supplies in here. some plumbing stuff. These are all my towels. I just keep strapped to the top. These come in handy for all kinds of stuff, but this is some solar brackets and things like that. I have all of my stuff like gloves and whatever else. This is my junk drawer. Let's see what else I got down here. Some plumbing stuff. And then as I come in, probably my most used area is I kind of stand right here. The sink I was originally going to take out, but I used these old boxes and I use it for just miscellaneous projects or parts that I'm not sure what to do with yet. Customer gave this to me. I would never actually use this. I got all this. I got my cordless heat gun, my drill. I don't really use this anymore. This is a regular impact gun. Primarily what I use is this guy, which is a screwdriver. It's a little bit slower and it's much more precise in terms of the clutch. So I don't have to worry about stripping screws out, which is a common issue in RVs. And I love it. This one charge on this lasts me, let's see, it's halfway. I don't know, probably a month or two. So I just throw it up on my charger. I have the little batteries, but I like this fatter battery. It lasts longer and it'll stand up. I have my toolboxes, not toolboxes, my tool bags. This is my main bag that I use for everything every day. This is electrical. So this is gonna be for running wires, for crimping cables, for cutting cables. I use it for, if I have more than just basic electrical, I'll grab that. I'll grab them both actually. And then I have my crimpers over here for making larger cables, 2/0, 4/0, that kind of stuff. I have some surplus big cables. That's 4/0. This is 4/0. I don't know, 2/0 in here somewhere. It's you can see it. It's sagging. These are rated for like 50 pounds and they're not supposed to be used in a moving vehicle, but I do it anyway. And I probably have like 80 pounds of cable in here. Really what I should do is move that all down, but it kept popping open on me. So I just put this little clip in there. This is like one of those installation drivers, which I absolutely love. When I need to drill and screw and I need to use like Torx bits or angle drills, I got this guy. It clips on and this is like an offset so you can get nice and flush when you're screwing stuff in. I love this guy. I use it mostly for solar projects, special projects, or I'll use this as my screwdriver. I'll get like a drill set up for doing metal or aluminum, and then I'll use this for like a different bit or something like that. This is really fast, really powerful, and it has a good clutch on it, but it's not as simple to set up as this. So if I'm just removing panels, this is what I mostly use. Electric caulk gun, I got the blower, which is, I didn't think I would use it as much as I do. I use it like a broom. I use it to blow off roofs. I use it to dry things. And the inflator, which I use obviously for tires. This thing is probably one of the best tools I've ever purchased. I use it all the time for everything, and it lasts a long time on a battery, and it's quiet, it runs really well. Higher quality than I expected. This is label maker, and then I got just, tape, wire, various other things. I had the same thing here. I got my paper towels, got my fire extinguisher, of course. This is also miscellaneous stuff, so let me put the phone down. So when I have to do woodworking, this is where I keep all my basic woodworking hand tools, all cordless. And then this is like, I don't know, Eternabond. This is underbelly repair tape. This is all my AC cleaning supplies, the coil cleaner. And then of course I got all my various things here, some anode rods, and oh, this thing's great. Craig AccuCut. It's like basically you can turn any cordless saw into a table saw. Lets me make really precise cuts, which is great for making boxes and stuff. This thing, which is for making like larger 4-foot wide cuts. I think this is limited to 24-inch. And then I got these lights, which I use as like bench lights. This one is not as cool. This one I really love. The guy told me about these. These, I got another one over there. They're magnetic, so you just go bloop, hang it up, and it charges. And the charger is got enough space for 2, so I bought 2 of them. And they just hang up like that. And then I got my little USB thing and my charging center. And then this is my tall storage. This is just various stuff. Like this is UHWM plastic. I use this on solar builds for battery boxes. It's great for wear plates, things like that. Some of this is just leftover stuff I haven't used. I always have my Reflectix. I use that all the time for various things. And then this is kind of overflow. So giant ratchet straps, not ratchet straps, zip ties. Got all my bungee cords. I use this occasionally for getting ACs up on the roof. Oh, respirators. What do I have in here? Oh, that's right, that's empty right now. Brake cleaner, rubbing alcohol, lots of that. Spray bottles, things like that. This is acetone, mineral spirits, vinegar, some motor oil, that kind of stuff. And I had a bracket up here that was holding all my cables, but it ripped out. So I'm gonna replace it with these Packout plates. They're more useful. And a ladder, and that's pretty much it in here. That is the overview here. This box is more tools, angle grinders, stuff like that. Things I don't use quite as often. And then all my leftover wood parts, I use those all the time for shims and repairs, and you know, sometimes you just need a little piece, and it's nice to have all that stuff. So this is just more stuff that I don't really have a home for. This guy is great. I take this up on roofs and inside of underbellies on RVs to keep myself cool when it's 1,000 degrees out. I have a bunch of other videos I want to make. I'm probably going to do an update on the WaySafe hitch, and I also really want to talk about this AC. So I got it installed, and there was a lot more to installing this than I expected. And one of the comments that I got on one of the videos when I was trying to figure out how to install this, they had suggested a roof curb, and I'd never heard of that. Apparently you use it on buildings and stuff. So I Googled it, I looked into it, and that's what ended up delaying this. I found exactly what I needed, but it was like a 2-month wait. So by the time I got it, it was cold out and I just put it off. So let me go up on the roof and I'll show you what that looks like. I guess I have to take my ladder down first, which at some point I'll come up with a better securing system because this takes an extra minute or two. I use this ladder probably on every job, almost every job. But it's very heavy and I don't like to keep it on the roof. So now at this point, the other ladders on the roofs are really just for bigger roof projects. All right. I still have a little bit of real estate up here. I'd like to put a couple solar panels up here, mostly just to keep the batteries topped off. I think what I'm going to do for that is probably put the solar panels here, and I'm going to take this ladder and stack it with that ladder, because I mostly use the ladder down there. Then I use this one second, and then I use this one third. So I'll put that on top of that. It'll free up a little space, and then I can put maybe 1-2 solar panels, something like that. When I did the AC, I had to move my panels over. And I do have footage of all of this, but it's not gonna be in this video. It'll be a different video. But this is the roof curb. It's made of steel, and it just sits down on the roof, and it stands up to kind of support the AC and bring it up higher, which this is actually for water management on buildings. But in my case, I needed it to bring it up to the height of this guy. And I just got really lucky that the factory one, not the factory, the one that they sold was the perfect height. So you can see it just clears this. And all I had to do is when this came, let me go on the other side. When this came, there was a piece of wood, of pressure treated wood on top that I guess is used for commercial or residential installations, but I didn't need it because this is a compression fit. So I removed that, which was a nightmare. And just the metal part from here to here was the perfect height to match from here to here. So that kind of sealed that up. But on the inside, I had to do a bunch of work on the wiring and then the ventilation, the duct that runs down. Like I say, I'll make another video about that. So that's pretty much it for the roof. But yeah, in terms of the truck, I can't remember if I actually made a video about this, but this is a Demco Recon, and I use it to tow fifth wheels and stuff. Not much else has changed. I did get a new set of Cooper Discover AT3s, so those of you curious, that's my second set. I love these tires. I can't find anything better. I really like them. I'll go back in where it's warm and finish up. So a couple of you had asked in my previous video when we kind of said we're coming back, I'd mentioned that I started a business, and you would ask, what's the business? And I completely forgot to mention it. So it's Stony Boot Solutions. So I did that, obviously inspired by our social media name, but I think I'm going to change the business name because the vast majority of my business comes from local people. and it makes sense to have just a regular RV business. My original plan was kind of to cater to my YouTube subscribers and do specialty projects, but I still want to do that. But I also realized that there's just so much demand for basic stuff like, hey, my toilet's leaking, my roof is leaking, my air conditioner doesn't work. So what I'm going to do instead is I'll rebrand. It'll be all the same stuff. It's just going to be a different name, different logo that is going to let people know if they read it immediately that it's RV Repair. So that'll be coming hopefully in the next like 2 months. So I'll talk more about that when we actually make some progress on it. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to try to make these videos as quick and as short as possible. I gave myself 20 minutes to record this. That's why I'm in a rush, and got to go in and cook dinner now. So it's Sunday. I want to try to chill out a little bit. But so that's the new setup. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. And I think possibly one of the ways I'm going to respond to comments rather than typing out a lot is I'm going to start recording shorts and just posting those. Any comments or questions, leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to try to keep making videos, so just let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.